Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you just were able to hear that intro right there, but if you know, you know. Let's just say Guzzlord is a dark type. Anyways, yeah, this video is going to be about the person who hit rank 3 on the leaderboard. Their name is Weisarsen. I believe they're a Japanese player. In fact, I think the top the top 5 ranking players, I believe, are all Japanese players. So, I mean, that says a lot about. I guess they're taking it very seriously. But anyways, their team here is, if I can remember it real quick, Skeledirge in the front with a backline of Venusaur and Guzzlord. And basically how to say it, the safe swap is definitely the Guzzlord. And basically if you run into something like a water type in the front, you can always safe swap in a Guzzlord. Being the dragon type, you do resist the water, and then you have your hard answer of Venusaur still in the back if they end up being like a double weak to that. So Skeledirge and Venusaur actually have really good opposing coverages, kind of similar to the, let's say, percent coverage of Whiscash and Skarmory core, or I guess right now people using Quagsire and Skarmory. I will say something to note is that if they are losing the lead and they switch into Feraligatr, you definitely want to be switching into Guzzlord. Even though it is a water type, it's definitely going to outpace you on the Venusaur, which can be tough. They can bait you with an Ice Beam. And Guzzlord, you resist the Shadow Claws, you resist the Hydro Cannon. I actually played 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 games with this team. I did not see a I saw 3 or 4 Feraligatrs, and I didn't see a single one with Ice Beam. And I never shielded because until you show me that someone's using Ice Beam, I'm just going to assume crunch for the coverage. Yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. And I will say that intro before the ladies and gentlemen, that took me a lot longer than I am willing to say here to make that. So if you liked that, definitely subscribe or like or say in the comments what you think that is a reference to. Yeah, because it took me more time to do that than it took to edit this video together. So, all right. Let's get into the battle. All right, Dugong leads. So it's actually really a good matchup to stay in with the Skeledirge. Now you don't want to throw right at 3 Incinerates, otherwise they're going to get an extra. They're going to get an extra move through because they have 3-turn move. You have a 5-turn move. 5 times 3 is 15 on both sides. They end up actually catching here on the Wigglytuff. You know, good for them. But I'm actually just going to switch to Venusaur. Luckily, we do have 2 answers to Charm, which comes in super handy for a lot of these matches. I ended up going for the Sludge Bomb here. I think I probably could have just gone for Frenzy Plant, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to shield because it could be Icy Wind. I actually really should have thrown Frenzy Plant. Would have saved me 1 more Vine Whip's worth of energy. Other than that, I'm going to go for the full 7 here, go up to 100 energy, really maximizing the energy. Venusaur is such a frail mon that whenever you get into a good matchup like this, you really need to be maximizing. And if he lets this go through, this will also one-shot the Dugong. But we'll see if he lets it go through. If he tries to go for Farm Down, he does let it go through. They end up having a Guzzlord of their own in the back. I'm going to shield. I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw. Now, they do outpace me to the second Dragon Claw here. But yeah, I might live. No, I definitely won't. But I'm going to get the shield back anyways. And I do have a move on Skeledirge. And you're going to see I'm going to play this a little weird. Because I'm really afraid of getting a 1-turn lag on a switch in here. So I actually just end up coming in Venusaur and hoping that he throws. He doesn't throw, and now we're back to where we started. Now, if I get the 1-turn lag, I lose. If I don't, then I win. It's really sad that I have to really be scared of doing the right play. Yeah. All right, either way. All right, Wigglytuff here in the lead. I end up staying very long in here with the Skeledirge. I don't I don't think we should be doing that, but they actually throw on bad timing here, which lets me catch up. If you do switch in right away, you definitely beat this when it hits you with two. What am I trying to say? You live the second Hydro Cannon here, so you're really not scared of this thing at all. And you could farm it down if you did the extra Incinerate damage, but you can't farm it down if you switch right away. You do need to be throwing a Dragon Claw, just to let y'all know. You'll see that come up again here in the back. They come back in with Wigglytuff. I go for the Crunch because it can possibly lower the defense, and it technically does more damage than the Dragon Claw because the Dragon Claw is going to be double resisted. They end up coming in with a Lantern, and this type of, it's not exactly this, but this type of scenario comes up a lot. If they ever switch in a Lantern, just come in Venusaur. You just hard dominate. Now, Lantern lead, really bad, actually ends up being the Water Gun Lantern. They end up staying in for a very long time, and I'm like, okay. They don't have a clear answer to Guzzlord. Could be something like Lickitung in the back. Ends up being a Mandibuzz, that makes sense. But now I have this huge energy lead, but Aerial Ace is a really bad move, right? And they do have Snarl, so that's really not doing any damage, so the Aerial Ace is going to do not that much damage either. I just have to, but Mandibuzz is so bulky that we are going to have to throw a lot of moves into this. And I look at that and I'm like, okay, I live the next Aerial Ace. That's perfectly fine with me. Now, do they outpace to a third one before I get to another Dragon Tail or Dragon Claw? Yeah, they probably do. I'm going to let this go again, like I said. And then if we CMP, I probably win CMP, but they do have to throw a move. But they outpace me because Aerial Ace is a very quick move to get to. Obviously, Snarl is a very high energy generation move. But I do have a move to throw into this this Lantern. And luckily for me, I guess, it does have Water Gun. So it's going to take me out really fast. As Guzzlord is a very HP heavy mon. I end up coming in with the Venusaur. They actually do have Lickitung here in the back. But I'm fine just coming straight into the Skeledirge. Y'all see a switch here. This is obviously a bad matchup. The zeros are very close, though. But I'd rather take all the damage I can on Skeledirge. Obviously, it's going to be very bad against Lantern, so I might as well go into this other bad matchup, and maybe I take shields. Maybe I just do enough damage to get this into Frenzy Plant range. That's the things I'm thinking of. I'm never going to shield this thing. I'm hoping to get to another move. I don't get there, but I can take these Body Slams. I will say this is the strongest move left in the game. It is the only neutral move left in the game. We obviously resist every single thing that Lantern does. So I'm going to try to go up to almost 2 moves if I can here. I definitely don't want them to throw again if I can help it. So I'm going to throw before they can throw. And while I'm not exactly at 2 moves, they're not at a move on Lantern either. And obviously I can one-shot the Lantern once I get to the Frenzy Plant. Even almost from full health. So one thing to note is I am using the normal Venusaur. That is the same Pokemon that they were using, Weisarsen. Ooh, I really hope I'm saying that right because I don't have it right in front of me. All right, they come in with the Lickitung. I do come in with the wait, was this the Lickitung lead? No, it wasn't. Okay, yeah, I do come in with the Guzzlord, and Guzzlord does take a lot of damage from these Body Slams, but we do resist the Lick damage, which is nice. Lickitung really known for a lot of that fast attack damage. I think I end up messing this one up. Oh yeah, I left this in because I just wanted to show you all, like, I am human. I messed this up completely. I mess up a lot in this game because I'm overthinking everything once I messed up the first time. So they end up coming back in with the... Oh, was this the Victory Bell team? Oh no, they come in with a Bastiodon. Makes sense. And I'm still in a decent spot here. I can use my one shield on Venusaur against this Bastiodon, and I ended up getting 2 crunches through, which means I'm probably going to be in range of Frenzy. I'm going to get it closer to range of Frenzy Plant. The only thing is I definitely have to shield. If we remember from a video from a while ago, but I think it was the earlier this season, Flamethrower does just barely over 50% to regular Venusaur. So, yeah, they end up no shielding, and now I'm in a weird spot where I'm like, okay, are they going to shield any moves? Because I think he ends up no shielding this, and now I'm like, I don't know if I have enough in the tank to go to a fast attack war. But I have to hope, and again, we will survive this flamethrower. It does about 50%. The only question is how many Vine Whips is it going to take to KO them versus how many Smackdowns, and we end up tying. To be honest, I'm fine with a tie there. I played so terribly that it's absolutely fine. All right, Froligator comes in, and now we're used to this switch after the first time. That's how it is for me with a new team. The first time seeing something, I'm not going to be switching very fast, things like that. I'm just not used to it. But you saw this is the second time we saw Froligator. Boom, instant swap. I know this matchup goes well for me. I know I survive a second Hydro Cannon here, and I get the farm down very easily. And I maintain switch. The thing about coming in really fast, though, means I'm not going to be able to get another move into this thing. Actually, well, the thing is, we do resist discharge. The only thing that's weird here is that Volt Switch. Discharge is actually going to do a lot of damage, but they end up having a lantern, ends up being a water gun. This is GG. They can leave whenever they want. Yeah, there you go. All right, Vigoroth. So if you remember this from Remix Cup, I think last season actually, because it is banned this season. This matchup's awkward, or maybe it was Summer Cup actually, because they can throw a super effective move, or they can bait you with the double resisted move. And if they end up baiting you and you shielded, man, that sucks. So I end up coming in with the Venusaur here because I don't want to go down 2 shields. Even though I think we do live a Rock Slide. I do get a bit of an energy lead. They end up coming with a Wigglytuff, which is awkward for them because obviously this is a really favored matchup for Venusaur here. And I end up going for the Sludge Bomb here, super effective. They end up shielding. I end up going for a Frenzy Plant the second time around when I should probably be going for the Sludge Bomb because I'm not going to make it to another move here anyways. They're going to definitely be able to take me out with the charms because I am a frail mon at the end of the day, and even though we do resist the move, charm is a very heavy hitting move. I end up coming back in with Skeledirge. They come back in with Lantern. I go for the bait here. I don't even know why, to be honest. I think I didn't think I was going to get to the Shadow Ball, but it makes sense that I definitely would. So, all right, Lickitung here in the lead. Ooh, this was a big time streamer. I do remember this person. I think they ended up getting some lag here at the end. My plan here was to just get infinite energy on Skeledirge, then switch to my hard counter. Because I really don't want to come in with Venusaur. It's going to take too much damage. And they actually end up staying in here a long time on the Lickitung, and I think they end up... we go for this move. They should be at a move after 1, and then I think they end up either over-tapping or lagging out or something right there, which gives me a huge advantage against their Gligar. I could end up going for a shield here on the Gligar because it is going to be very difficult for a lot of my mon to handle. And I think that my fast attack damage is actually going to be worth a lot here. So I'm going to go for the shield, even though this is probably an aerial ace, and I would technically survive it. I'm kind of all in on fast attack damage, and now if they want to start shielding, that's fine. And I think they actually end up going for a no shield. We do have to remember the Gligar is alive in the back. I'm going to go for the Crunch because it is super effective. Probably should have just gone for the Dragon Claw, but it is what it is. I do still have 2 moves on the Skeledirge, so I'm going to come in. I'm going to go for the Disarming Voice. They're 99% going to shield this. Then I can just back-to-back this with my own Shadow Ball, which they have to shield now because they know I have 100 energy, so they know I do have access to that Shadow Ball. I could get farmed down here, so I'm just going to switch over to Venusaur. I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb. I still have a shield for the Shadow Ball. We do have to worry about the Gligar catching. I think the switch is just about up. I probably could have thrown right away and been fine, but I decided to wait a turn, and it's all good at the end of the day here. Gligar obviously has 1 HP, so sweet win. All right, Magnezone. So they do go for a Volt Switch and Dip. That happened to me a couple times, actually, and I end up... You saw I almost went for the bait with the Disarming Voice, and then I was like, screw it. I'm not going for a bait here. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. I get the shield. I'm probably going to give the shield back now. Yeah, because I do think that this Guzzlord can do a lot. I'm going to let this next one go through, and then I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw here. Oh, someone literally subscribed while I'm recording this offline. Giovanni Giovara, thank you for the subscription. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. Be like Giovanni. Their name is spelled very differently than in the game, but All right. I assume their name is Vani, actually. Anyways, yeah, that's GG in that game. In another Dugong lead here, again, we're going to throw 4 and then Shadow Ball if they let us. They will never let you do that, though, so this is almost always a drill run, but you live anyways, so why not let them have the chance to bait and really get screwed over? And we go for the Shadow Ball here. They can shield, and then I'll probably go for the Shadow Ball again. We have to shield this even though this is 100% Icy Wind. The thing is, they will be out of energy after this. I could, oh my god, that is very risky. I mean, you're not going to die to Ice Shard, so I guess it's not that risky. And it is the most efficient way to have played this. I could come in with either of these Mon. I decide that Guzzlord is going to be a better chance to one-shot. Ends up not one-shotting. But they end up coming with a Skarmory, so good thing I didn't come in with the Venusaur. This game would already be over. So this gives me the most chance possible. I'm probably going to end up shielding the Guzzlord against the Skarmory because it's the only thing that has a neutral move against us. And I will make it to this crunch. And it'll actually be good timing as well, which is pretty good for me. The only thing is if they shield, if they throw right away, then I can outpace on Venusaur. If they farm up a bit here, then I can't. Luckily, they did throw right away. The only thing is they can switch right on our throw if they want, because these are 2-turn moves. So we're just going to kind of have to risk it. And I think this team does have like a water type in the back. If I was to guess, like a Quagsire. Oh, ends up having a Lantern. Yeah, Lantern's everywhere today. So I end up going for the... I was going to say I end up going for double Frenzy Plant, but I guess one Frenzy Plant is probably enough. Oh, I went for the CMP tie on the Thunderbolt. All right, Skarmory lead into a Feraligatr switch. We already know how to play this Feraligatr matchup out. We can go for 1 and then throw and then get the farm down, take the double Hydro and live. Or we could even go for... I'm so surprised this doesn't kill, but it does not ever kill here. So you're always going to be 1 HP away. They're always going to get the move through. Don't really trick yourself into thinking, hey, he's in range right here. It never has worked out. I've always seen them at either a sliver or even something like 5%. So my Guzzlord is pretty bad. You can see 1472. So maybe the IVs on Guzzlord changed that a lot. But for me, that's how it's been in these matchups. They end up having a Lantern in the back. End up having a Venusaur. I mean, if you're going to be running Lantern, you're going to be crushed by Venusaur. That's just how it's going to be. I think that was the last game for me in the set. It was a 5-0. I think we saw my rating there at the end. I'm at like 2930, I think. I went up 100 points with this team, and I think I played 2.5 sets. Oh, 2901. All right. All right, GG's. Wait, was that the last set? Okay, yeah, that was the last set. GG's. If you liked my intro, definitely let me know in the comments if you liked it. Like I said, that took me a lot longer than I'd be willing to say. Yeah, it probably took me like 35 minutes to make that. But it was all learning how to do it. I did not know how to mirror the image and do all that. Basically, that is the thing I didn't know how to do in Adobe Premiere. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one. Dark typings. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.